Every November 11th, Americans pause to honor those who have worn the uniform of the United States Armed Forces. Veterans Day is a time to recognize the courage, sacrifice, and dedication of all who served in war and in peace to protect our freedom. But how did Veterans Day begin, and what does it truly mean? The story starts in 1918, on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, when the guns of World War I finally fell silent. That moment marked the end of the war to end all wars. More than 116,000 Americans lost their lives, and over 200,000 were wounded. To honor their sacrifice, President Woodrow Wilson declared November 11th Armistice Day, a day of remembrance for those who fought and died in World War I. Only 2 decades later, the world was once again at war. During World War II, over 16 million Americans served in the armed forces. More than 400,000 never came home. When peace finally returned in 1945, Americans realized that the sacrifices of service members extended far beyond World War I. In 1954, after the Korean War, President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed a law officially changing Armistice Day to Veterans Day, to honor all who served in every war and every era. From 1950 to 1953, American troops fought bravely in Korea, a war often called the Forgotten War. Over 36,000 Americans lost their lives defending South Korea's freedom. Today, the Korean peninsula still stands divided, but the people of South Korea continue to remember the American soldiers who helped protect their nation. In the 1960s and early 1970s, the United States became deeply involved in Vietnam. Over 2.7 million Americans served, and 58,000 never returned home. When they did come home, many veterans were not welcomed as heroes, a painful chapter in our history that has since been met with deep reflection and renewed appreciation. Today, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall in Washington, D.C. stands as a silent tribute, each name a story of courage, loss, and love of country. In 1990, American forces joined the coalition in the Persian Gulf War, pushing back aggression in Kuwait. Though short-lived, the conflict reminded the world of America's commitment to global security. After September 11, 2001, the United States entered its longest war, fighting terrorism in Afghanistan and Iraq. More than 7,000 service members gave their lives, and thousands more returned home with visible and invisible wounds. These modern conflicts remind us that freedom is never free, and that each generation must answer the call to defend it. Today, Veterans Day is celebrated in towns and cities across the United States. We see parades, school programs, flag ceremonies, and moments of silence. At 11 a.m., many communities pause to remember the armistice that began it all. The President lays a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier in Arlington National Cemetery, a solemn reminder of the countless heroes whose names we may never know. From the muddy trenches of World War I to the deserts of Iraq and the mountains of Afghanistan, America's veterans have stood guard for freedom. On Veterans Day, we say thank you, not just for what they've done, but for what their service means to every one of us. We here in Brown County and other counties throughout Ohio appreciate the courage, sacrifice, and service of every veteran, past and present. From those who fought in distant wars to those who serve quietly in our communities today, Your dedication reminds us what true patriotism looks like. On this Veterans Day and every day, we honor you. Thank you for protecting our freedoms and for inspiring future generations to serve with the same pride, strength, and love of country.